Morning to everyone. Today is January 26th. It's already 10:41 in the morning. 10:41 in the morning. So the back is convening for today's activities. Which is the credit conference for 6 contracts. 5 of which is under the Dpwh fiscal year 2024 Dpwh infrastructure program, and one project is a project of the Civil Service Commission, the building of Civil Service Commission, which is funded by that office, and which is under a memorandum of agreement with the Dpwh Region 4A. So again, to like to check the attendance of the back, of course, in Hydro Encarnacion, back chairperson. We have here also our back regular member, the person of Engineer G. Abuzar. And also we have Engineer Jeffrey Michael Javias, back provisional member, which is for maintenance project. And so incidentally, all these projects, these 6 projects are under the supervision of the maintenance division under Engineer Javias. So we also have with us through by Zoom online. We have the Engineer RE-ADVERTISEMENT, regular member for all types of procurement. So we have 4 members out of 5. We have a quorum. Also with us this morning are members of the back secretariat, headed by Engineer Alex Viver-Cotazo, and the rest of the, and also we have Ms. Marianno, back secretary. Also present are members of the back PWG, Engineer Philip Mendoza. Also other members of the procurement office are present to assist us in these proceedings. We have invited our observers for this activity in the person of Engineer Bashir Matara. We have invited them for NAKAR. So we have invited observers from Crime Watch and also from our observer. So as of this they are still have not joined us in this meeting room, and also because by online. So hopefully they will be attending this proceedings also. So for today's procurement credit conference, we have 6, as I have said earlier. These are contract ID numbers 23B00224 for the construction of the 3-story office building for Civil Service Commission Field Office, Laguna. Contract ID number 24D00010, re-advertise FY 2024 Dpwh Infrastructure Program, Convergence and Special Support Program Construction, Building of various infrastructure in support of national security, Tatag ng infrastruktura para sa kailangan at seguridad program, TICAS, construction of 5-story AFP quarters, Building 1, LUCENA City, QUEZON Phase 3. 24D00030, re-advertise FY 2024 Dpwh Infrastructure Program, Convergence Special Support Program, Construction Improvement of various infrastructures in support of national security, Tatag infrastruktura para sa kapayapaan at seguridad program, TICAS, construction of multi-purpose building, BARRACKS Camp, GUILLERMO, NAKAR, LUCENA City, QUEZON Phase 3. And for and Special Support Program, construction improvement of various infrastructures in support of national security, katab ng infrastruktura para sa kapayapaan at security program, BGEN rehabilitation of 4 LAKAN dormitories at General Marian Castañeda, SILANG, CAVITE, Phase 2, 24D00056, RE-ADVERTISEMENT FY 2024, Dpwh Infrastructure Program, Convergence and Special Support Program, construction improvement of various infrastructures in support of national security, tatag infrastructure para sa kapayapaan at seguridad program, GCAS, construction of PNP administrative building, camp, Division General VICENTE PD, CALAMBA City, LAGUNA, Phase 2. And the last project is 24D0069, RE-ADVERTISEMENT FY 2024 Infrastructure Program, Convergence and Support, Special Support Program, construction improvement of various infrastructure in support of national security, tatag infrastruktura para sa kapayapaan at seguridad program, TICAS, construction of administration building headquarters, GUILLERMO, NAKAR, LUCENA City, QUEZON, Phase 5. So, Planning and Design Division, Engineer REHABILITATION will be discussing the details at this particular project. And also, Engineers from Maintenance Division will likewise be discussing other details concerning the several projects. So maybe we may now start the presentation of prepared documents and finance for this project. Coincidentally, I would just like to, for the record, say that as of the moment, prospective leaders have not been present on site and likewise those online. So nonetheless, we will be proceeding with the private conference in compliance with the region requirements.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Julia Dpwh from Commissions Division, and I will be presenting the projects for preview conference. Contract ID number 23D00214, construction of 3-story office building for Civil Service Commission, Field Office, Laguna. Contract ID number 24D0010, RE-ADVERTISEMENT, construction of 5-story AFP quarters, Building 1, LUCENA City, Quezon, Phase 3. Contract ID number 24D0030, RE-ADVERTISEMENT, construction of multipurpose building, GUILLERMO, NAKAR, LUCENA City, Quezon, Phase 3. Contract ID number 24D0054, rehabilitation of 4 LAKAN dormitories, General Mariano, Castañeda, SILANG, CAVITE, Phase 2. Contract ID number 24D00056, construction of PNP, administrative building, General VICENTE, CALAMBA City, Laguna, Phase 2. Contract ID number 24D0069, construction of administration building, headquarters, GUILLERMO, NAKAR, LUCENA City, Quezon, Phase 5. Items of work. Facilities for the engineer. Provision of field office for the engineer. Rental basis per month. Operation and maintenance of 4x2 pickup type service, vehicle for the engineer. Vehicle per month. Provision of progress photos per month. Common items of Part B, other general requirements. Permits and clearances, lump sum, For contract ID number 23D00214 and 24D0054. Project Billboard and Signboard. Occupational Safety and Health Program per month. Mobilization, demobilization, lump sum. Temporary fence, lump sum. For contract ID numbers 23D00214, 24D00010, and 24D00069. The Dpwh standard project report. Minimum material testing equipment for small contractors. For contract ID numbers 23D00214, 24D0010, 24D00030, 24D0056, and 24D00069. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements of the following. Minimum materials testing equipment for small contractors. Minimum material testing equipment for medium contractors. For contract ID number 24D00054. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Contract ID number 23D00214. Construction of two-story office building for Civil Service Commission field office. Showing with the plans. Scope of work. The scope of works for the construction of Civil Service Commission in Laguna, or earthworks, plain and reinforced concrete ward, finishing and other civil works, electrical and auxiliaries. Equipment requirements. Showing you the minimum major equipment requirements of the following. Manpower requirements. Showing you the minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel. Approved budget for the contract and contract duration. The approved budget for the contract is 13,227,530 pesos, and the contract duration is 210 calendar days. Going with the major category of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is Republic Act number 11936, General Appropriations Act, FY 2023. For contract ID number 24D00010, advertisement, construction of 5-story AFP quarters building 1, showing you the plans. Scope of work. The scope of works involves being and reinforced concrete work, finishing and other civil works, storm drainage and sewerage system, plumbing works, doors and windows, waterproofing, cement plaster finish, and masonry works, and electrical and auxiliaries. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract and contract duration. The approved budget for the contract is 98,950,000. And the contract duration is 210 calendar days.
Okay na. The major the major category of works and the similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for Dpwh Infra Program. For contract ID number 24D00030, construction of multipurpose building in Quezon, showing you the plans. The scope of works involves earthworks, plain and reinforced concrete work, finishing and other civil works, plumbing works, doors and windows, cement floor finish, cement plaster finish, masonry works, and electrical and auxiliaries. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 14,475,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 210 calendar days. Showing you the major category of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Per contract ID number 24D00054, rehabilitation of 4 LAKAN dormitories. Showing you the plans. Scope of work. For LAKAN 1 and 2 buildings, replacement of existing windows into awning type windows. Painting works of exterior and interior walls, including ceiling. Installation of railings and stairs. Repair and rehabilitation of existing ceiling from ground floor to fourth floor. Electrical rewiring. Installation of counter table at receiving area. Installation of waterproofing membrane at roof deck. Rehabilitation of electrical system. Rehabilitation of storm drain system. Repair and rehabilitation of plumbing lines. Repair and rehabilitation of water closets at ground floor to fourth floor and other plumbing fixtures. Removal and replacement of existing tiles into 0.6 by 0.6 meters granite tiles at rooms and toilets. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 38,600,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 210 calendar days. The major and similar categories of works. The source of fund for the project is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. For contract ID number 24D00056 for advertisement, construction of PNP Administrative Building. Showing you the plans. Scope of work. For structural, construction of drainage, steel framing for helipad net, demolition of pantry, kitchen of existing R2 office, sidewalk and gutter, driveway and parking pavement. For architectural, closing of demolished wall, with CHB wall, painted finish, application of waterproofing and floor paint finish at helipad, installation of lighting fixtures at helipad. For electrical, installation of lighting fixtures at helipad. For mechanical, installation of remaining air conditioning units. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 9,650,000 pesos, and the contract duration is 150 calendar days. The major category of works and similar categories of works. The source of fund for the project is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. For contract ID number 24D00069, construction of administration building, showing you the plans. Scope of work. The scope of works for the construction of administration building headquarters or finishing and other civil works in electrical and auxiliaries. Equipment requirements. The minimum major equipment requirement are the following. Manpower requirements. The minimum work experience requirements for the key personnel are the following. The approved budget for the contract is 19,300,000 pesos and the contract duration is 210 calendar days. The major categories. The source of fund is FY 2024 GAA for DPWH Infra Program. Ah, ano ba yun? For legal and technical bid data sheet. ITB Clause 10.3. The required pickup license for this contract is as follows. Per contract ID numbers 23 V00214 24 V00010 24 D00030 24 D00056 and 24 D0069. The license category is C and D. The license classification is small b. For contract ID number 24 D00054, the license category is B. The license classification is medium A. ITB Clause 10.4. ITB Clause 10.5, 15.1, and 19.2. ITB Clause 22. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bids submitted manually is at Bidding Room, DPWH, Region 4A, Canlubang Interchange, Barangay Mayapa, City of Calamba, Laguna, and electronically should be submitted at electronicbids_R4A at dpwh.gov.ph. The deadline for receipt of bids is on February 8, 2024 at 10 o'clock a.m. Special conditions of contract. GCC Clause 2, 4.1 and 6. GCC Clause 7.2. In case of permanent structures, such as buildings of types 4 and 5, as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, and other structures made of steel, iron, or concrete, which comply with relevant structure codes, such as, but not limited to, steel or concrete bridges, flyovers, aircraft movement areas, ports, dams, tunnels, filtration and treatment plants, sewerage systems, power plants, transmission and communication towers, railway system, and other similar permanent structures, is 15 years. This is applicable for all contracts. GCC Clause 10, 11.1, 11.2, and 12. GCC Clause 13, 14, 15.1, and 15.2. Bid security. Bidders are allowed to choose any of the following forms: cash, cashier's check, manager's check issued by a universal or bank, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a universal or commercial bank. Surety bond, callable upon demand, issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. Or bid securing declaration. Submission of bids. Important notice. Bids and bid securities shall be valid within 120 calendar days from the opening of bids. The amount of bank guarantee, irrevocable letter of credit, cash, cashier's check, or manager's check, or 2% of ABC are the following. For contract ID number 23D00214, 264,550 pesos and 60 cents. For contract ID number 24D0010, 579,000. For contract ID number 24D00030, 289,500 pesos. For contract ID number 24D00054, 772,000 pesos. For contract ID number 24D00056, 193,000. For contract ID number 24D00069, 386,000. For surety bond, 5% of ABC. For 23D00214, 661,306 pesos and 50 cents. ID number 24D00010 is 1,447,500 pesos. For contract ID number 24D00030, 723,050 pesos. For contract ID number 24D00054, 1,930,000. For contract ID number 24D00056, 482,500 pesos. For contract ID number 24D00069, 965,000. Showing you the checklist of legal and technical requirements of the bid proposal. Submission of bids. Payment process of bid documents is from Monday to Thursday, 8 to 2 p.m. and for Friday, 8 to 12 noon. The bidding date for the contracts is February 8, 2024 at 10 a.m. The cost of bidding documents for contract ID number 24D00056 is 10,000 pesos, and for contract ID numbers 23D00214, 24D00010, 24D00030, 24D00054, and 24D069 is 25,000. Important notice. Work experience and similar contracts. Prospective bidder must have done a completed contract similar to the contract to be procured and whose value at current prices is at least 50% of the ABC to be bid. GPPB GPPB NPM number 150 2016, a temporary pickup certificate applicants cannot substitute the requirements of submitting a valid PCAB license as part of eligibility requirements. Thank you.
Electronic submission and receipt of bids. Our legal references for the submission of bids electronically are the Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020, GPPB Resolution Number 9, 2020, dated May 7, 2020, and the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184. The prospective bidders shall prepare and submit their bids electronically following the steps prescribed under with DO 87, 2020 in accordance with GPPB Resolution Number 9, 2020 as follows. The Box Secretariat shall post the invitation to bid and bidding documents in the DPWH and PhilJEP's websites and at any conspicuous place for 7 calendar days per Section 21 of the IRR of RA 9184. Upon posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents, the Box Secretariat shall create the Contract ID folder in the eBid portal. This is the DPWH Electronic Bid Submission and Receipt portal. This is the Contract ID folder created by the Box Secretariat in the eBid portal. The contractor shall purchase the bidding documents per Section 17.4 and Appendix 8 Guidelines on the Sale of Bidding Documents of the IRR of RA 9184. The applicable fee for the specific project is indicated in the invitation to bid. Prior to the deadline of submission of bids, the prospective bidders shall send an email with subject official receipt for contract ID to electronicbids_R4A at dpwh.gov.ph. Attached to the said email is the copy of the official receipt of purchase of bidding documents in portable document file PDF format with file name in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore official receipt dot PDF. For example, the file name of the attached PDF containing the official receipt of the contractor with pickup ID number 12345 who intends to participate in the bidding of contract ID number 21D00001 shall be 12345 underscore 21D00001 underscore official receipt.pdf. Further, the email subject would be official receipt for 21D00001. This is the confirmation of the electronically submitted official receipt. An email shall be received by a prospective bidder confirming its successful submission of the official receipt. Only the electronic bids of bidders who have successfully submitted an electronic official receipt shall be accepted. This is the folder of the OR received in the eBid portal. This is the OR submitted by the contractor received in the eBid portal. Upon submission of electronic proof of purchase of bidding documents or the OR, the contractor may now send its electronic bid with file name format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid.zip or .rar or .7z with email subject format bid submission for contract ID. Its bid must be in a password-protected archive format and shall contain two password-protected archive files, the technical and financial proposal. This is an acknowledgement receipt email that will be received by the contractor upon submission of its bid. This is the folder submitted in the eBid portal. Similar to manual submission, prospective bidders shall prepare their bids in two file folders, each for the technical and financial components. The file name of the technical and financial components folders should be in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial. Subsequently, each of the technical and financial components file folders shall be compressed, password protected, and named in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore technical.zip or .rar or .7z and pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore financial.zip or .rar or .7z respectively. Each file contained in the technical and financial components file folders shall be in PDF format, either scanned or exported, published, with file name in the format pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore descriptive file name.pdf. The compressed archive file folders of the technical and financial components shall be compiled in a password-protected compressed archive main file folder with file name in the format pickup underscore contract ID underscore bid. In case the total file size of the main archive file folder is more than the allowable size of an attachment per email of the prospective bidder's email service provider, they shall need to split its electronic bid into two or more password-protected compressed archive main file folders. The email submitting the prospective bidder's electronic bid should have a subject in the format bid submission for contract ID. In case of multiple compressed archive main file folders, it shall be submitted in multiple emails, each with subject in the format bid submission 1/2 for contract ID, bid submission 2/2 for contract ID. If a bidder wishes to modify its electronic bid, he may do so following the procedures in the manual submission of bid, or he may choose to submit his modification electronically in the same format prescribed in the preparation and submission of an electronic bid, except that the subject of the email submitting the bid modification shall be labeled Bid Modification X for contract ID, where X represents the number of bid modifications submitted. For example, the subject of an email submitting a first bid modification for contract ID number 21D00001 should be bid modification 1 for 21D00001. This is the same in the prescribed format in the preparation and submission of electronic bid, except that the bid modification main archive file folder shall be labeled as pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid modification underscore x dot zip or dot rar or dot 7z. In case a prospective bidder that have purchased a bidding document decided not to participate, he may choose to submit his letter of non-participation manually or electronically. In case of electronic submission, the contractor shall send an email with the subject non-participation for contract ID with the letter of non-participation as attachment with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore non-participation.pdf. This email should be sent to electronicbids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. Bids may only be withdrawn prior the deadline for bid submission. In case of withdrawal of an electronic bid, the bidder shall send an email with the subject bid withdrawal for contract ID and the letter of bid withdrawal in PDF format with file name pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid withdrawal.pdf shall be attached. This email should be sent to electronic bids underscore R4A at dpwh.gov.ph before the deadline for bid submission. The box secretariat shall close the contract ID folder in eBid portal on the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. This is the closed contract ID folder in the eBid portal. The box secretariat shall download the bids from the eBid portal to the local computer. Only during the actual opening of bids shall the bidder disclose the passwords for his electronic bid. This can be done by the bidder's authorized representative verbally in person, through phone call, online platforms, or through writing. In all cases, the bidders will have only 3 attempts or 15 minutes, whichever comes first, to provide the correct password. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. The bidder may also be subjected to the three-strike policy as warranted by the circumstances. If the bidder chooses to disclose the password through phone call, he should make sure that the contact numbers as recorded in the Civil Works application are open when the bank calls to ask for the password. The bidder may also choose to call the bank number during the bid opening time and wait for the opening of his bid for him to disclose the password. For online call, video calls, the bidder may call the bank messenger account. If the bidder chooses to attend the bid opening through online conference, the bidder should join the meeting using the given link. If the bidder chooses to disclose the passwords through writing, the letters for password 1, main file folder, technical component file folder, and password 2, financial component file folder, should be enclosed in separate envelopes with the sender details such as AMO, bidder name, and address. Address to the bank chairperson with the details of the bidding such as contract ID, contract name, bid opening date and time. Signed and sealed with a remark, password 1 or 2, Do not open before actual bid opening date and time. All electronic bids, password-protected compressed archive main file folders shall be opened first for the opening of the technical component compressed archive file folders. This shall be followed by the opening of the bids submitted manually for the opening of the technical component envelopes. The same procedures apply for the financial component compressed archive file folders and financial component envelopes. The back secretariat shall open the financial proposal archive file. Notes and reminders for the contractors in the preparation and submission of bids. Only bidders with system-accepted proof of payment shall be allowed to submit their electronic bids, which shall not be beyond the deadline specified for the submission of bids. An email shall also be received by a prospective bidder in instances where their sent email related to the submission of electronic OR of purchase of the bidding documents if it has incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal, if it has no attachment, if it has an attachment but is not in the prescribed format, if it has more than one attachment, or if it was received after the deadline of bid submission. For the foregoing cases, the prospective bidders should rectify or correct the noted deficiencies to comply with the requirements for its electronic bid to be accepted. The bidders must submit their electronic bid using the registered email address in the Civil Works application. In case prospective bidders are not yet registered in the CWA, they can use any email address subject to the verification of the back secretariat. For joint venture, the format of pickup ID to be used by the bidder in naming their files, folders, and archives shall be JV-pickup ID of the lead member. If a bidder chooses to submit an electronic bid, the same bidder can no longer submit a bid manually for the same contract and vice versa. Bid modification can be submitted electronically or manually, regardless of the manner by which the original bid was submitted. If a bidder submitted modifications both electronically and manually for a specific contract, the submission with the latest official date and time of receipt shall prevail. The submitted official receipt of purchase of bidding documents shall include the correct and complete names of the contractors who will submit their bids. Notes and reminders for the receipt of bids. An auto-reply email shall be sent to acknowledge receipt of electronic bids in instances where an email is sent with incorrect subject contract ID, which means that a corresponding folder with the same contract ID does not exist in the eBid portal. Without any attachment, with attachment that is not in the prescribed format, with more than one attachment, or submitted after the deadline. An auto-reply email shall also be sent regarding withdrawal of bid, non-participation, and if the bidder has yet to submit proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Emails with more than one attachment with invalid subject contract ID and unrecognized transactions shall be automatically moved to the unidentified documents subfolder in the procuring entity's main folder in the eBid portal. This is the unidentified documents folder in the eBid portal. The following shall not be accepted by the eBid portal. Submission of bid without initially submitting the proof of purchase of bidding documents or the official receipt. Submission of bid after the deadline, and submission of proof of purchase of bidding documents after the deadline. Notes and reminders for the opening of bids. For a hybrid system of submission where electronic and manual bids were received for a particular contract, electronic bids must be opened first before the manual bids. If a bidder committed typographical errors in the submission of electronic bid or attached files in the wrong format, the bid shall be accepted, provided that the bidder or its duly authorized representative shall acknowledge such condition of the bid as submitted. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of the contents of the improperly sealed or marked bid or improperly compressed or password-protected folder or for its premature opening. If an electronic bid or file was found to be damaged and could not be extracted or opened, the bid shall be considered failed. Notes and reminders for non-participation and bid withdrawal. In case of non-participation and withdrawal of bids, the BAC Secretariat shall check the letters of non-participation, bid withdrawal received in the dedicated email address and is stored in the eBid portal, and shall observe the provisions under Section 26.2 of the IRR of RA 9184 and DO 17 Series of 2015.
So we've just completed yung discussions relative to the 6 projects. We've just completed discussions for the 6 projects under this procurement, REBID conference conducted today, and we thank everyone for their participation, especially my fellow back members. Ayan, and also yung back secretariat and the engineers who discussed the details of the 6 projects. And again, we have in compliance with all the requirements under RA 9184 for procurement. We have conducted this pre-bid conference. Again, we have invited all the observers, and they have not attended, but for the record, we have invited them. So we will now close the yung private conference. We have joined the meeting, and thank you so much, Engineer Jeff, Engineer Maris Gia, Ma'am Chu. Thank you. We hope all the bidders will be participating in our bids for these 6 projects come the scheduled bidding dates. Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you po.
Thank you and good afternoon
Thank you. Thank you.
sa lahat. Thank you.
Thank you po, Daddy.